Station 51. Station 51. Television is in dire need of help. Emergency. Paramedics John Gage and Roy DeSoto, please report to MeTV immediately.
LA, Squad 51.
Dr. Brackett and Nurse McCall are awaiting your arrival.
Please stay with me. Just this one thing. It's very important.
Emergency.
Man, I never thought anybody'd find me here.
Fire department, stat. What's the address?
On MeTV, weekdays at 5, 4 Central.
10-4.
Hi, I'm John Mallis, and welcome to Connect with me on this Monday morning on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. Today we're talking politics. Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau are here. They're running for City Council District 2, trying to fill that seat left open by Andreas Borges. Your phone call's important. Area code 559-265-4331. We're back in just a moment. And of course, we'll get to Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau in just a moment. But first of all, here at Connect with Me, we're a happy family because there is a new addition to the Connect with Me family. We're talking about Mardig Cacciatorian. He came in over the weekend at 9 pounds and 6 ounces. Want to see a picture? He is the brand new son of Aura Cacciatorian and Sosi Cacciatorian. Aura is our executive producer here at Connect with Me. Little Mardig was born on Friday afternoon at 12:30 exactly. Sosi is doing fine. Mother and baby, thank you very much. Look at those beautiful cheeks. Hey, by the way, anybody know how long Ara is going to be out of work? Is it like 4, 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks? I don't know. How much time is he getting off? Anyway, that's beside the point. Mother and baby and father are doing fine. It's their third child. Let's take a look at one of the photos that Ara sent us from Kaiser Hospital over the weekend. Aw, come on, all together now. Aw, how about another picture? Change it. Let's go to the next picture. Just born, beautiful baby, Mardig Cacciatorian, 9 pounds, 6 ounces, ounces, I should say. Congratulations to Aura and Sosi. They're still in the hospital, but mother, father, baby, and family, and all of us here at Connect with Me are very pleased to announce that. And very pleased to announce that the Giants won the World Series second time in the last 3 years last night. What a great season they had. Congratulations to them. Okay, politics now, and Fresno City Council District number 2. We're talking Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau. They're live here in our studio. They're running for that seat left open by Andreas Borges. We're going to be talking about all the issues that are affecting District 2 and citywide, about privatizing garbage, about the battle between the city and the police union, about the bus drivers now. They've got a contract problem. All sorts of issues. The city is hurting for money. They're $5 million in the hole. Back with our two guests and your phone calls at 559-265-4331.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high-efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Yep, it is Monday, and today we're talking politics. We are talking about Fresno City Council District 2, and I want to welcome in Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau, my two guests today. But let me, since you brought it up, let me ask you a question. I'll get to you in a second, Pat. But you are endorsed by Clint Olivier. He's the president of the council right now. Lee Brand, who's on the council. Andreas Borges, the seat you're trying to fill. Pete Mijas, former Fresno County Superintendent of Schools. Alan Autry, the former mayor, is endorsing you, as well as Ashley Swearingen. You look at this list of people, and, you know, someone could say, hey, You are being endorsed by the very people who have created the financial problems in Fresno. So what will be different about Steve Brandau?
Well, for starters, Mayor Swearingen's not endorsing me. Former Mayor Jim Patterson has.
Right.
So I just want to correct that. I didn't want a phone call from her
go ahead.
saying, yeah.
Go ahead.
But,
my apologies.
Awesome. And so, well, you know, really, a lot of the people that you mentioned have joined the council after the problems have already been started. Most of Fresno's problems, John, date 10, 20, 30 years ago as the city was expanding. And so, and now, and
but
then
you
we've
have a
got
lot
caught
of
in.
failed projects that started 10, 15 years ago.
Right.
I mean, starting with the Met, the baseball stadium, a lot of people look at, a Radisson Hotel, you've got Running Horse. I mean, the list goes on. So these
council
don't
members
go back 40 years. They go back 10, 15
Well,
years.
yeah, but the council members and those that are supporting me weren't around to make votes on the Met.
But Alan Autry is the one that helped sign this police deal.
Absolutely.
Now, he's endorsing you.
Sure, I'll take an endorsement. I'll take an endorsement from anybody. I'll take a vote from anybody. But that
Right.
doesn't mean that I'm going to endorse everything that was done in the past.
Okay.
You take Lee Brand, who's endorsing me. He's just now got a policy out that he's writing that Measure F on everybody's ballot, which I support, which disallows Fresno from entering into bargains with private companies that cannot show their financial status. And so a lot of these guys that are endorsing me know that the problem exists. They're currently fighting, and they want me to join them.
You guys are friendly towards each other. There's no animosity here. May the best man win, of course. But do you find a problem with some of these people that have endorsed Steve?
Yes, it looks like they're all getting together and have a triumvirate to try to get things done when they're not listening to the business community. And the business community is saying one thing, and they're saying another. And that's what the feedback that I'm getting from my personal friends or when I'm knocking on doors with the small business owners. They're tired of the way things are being done right now, and they want changes. I am a squeaky wheel. I've experienced them out of my own pocket, with my family's pocket. So when you start experiencing these and the changes that they've made, you want to work together with the city council to say, hey guys, this is what we're doing. Maybe you didn't do that yourselves, and the city does need to work together. However, let's try something new and different.
Does it mean, in your opinion, just because Clint Olivier and Lee Brand and Mayor Autry support Steve Brandau, will he do things the way they did?
Well, it looks that way.
He says no.
Well, it kind of looks that way to me, John. I mean, that's why I'm the squeaky wheel right now and saying no. We can't do that. It's
so
not
do you
working.
consider yourself the outsider looking in?
Yes. The
How
local
so?
local outsider looking in.
How so? How so?
Well, the outsider is if you have all these people already getting together to endorse Steve, is he going to be their patsy?
I don't know. Only he can answer that. Steve, go ahead.
You know, John, I don't know a person in our community that is more independent than I am. I literally don't know anybody more independent than myself. I put myself out on the line. I take bold stands, and people join me if they agree. And some of them might not agree. I've had several people on that list tell me, Steve, I don't agree with everything that you stand for, but I see that you're passionate, you care for our community. So, you know, we both have a list of endorsements. It's just, and that doesn't mean we endorse everything they're doing, but I'm certainly not ashamed of Lee Brand's endorsement or Clint Olivier's endorsement or Andres Borges' endorsement. I'm not ashamed of that at all.
What about Alan Autry?
Yeah, you know, Alan Autry's a great guy.
Do you agree with his politics?
No, I don't agree. You know, I'll give you a prime example, and Mayor Autry and I have had several great conversations about this. I was 100% against high-speed rail coming into our community. He was 100% for it. So just because we disagree on some things doesn't mean we disagree on others. That doesn't mean just because he's endorsing me, I'm going to jump on the high-speed rail side. I'm still against the project as a businessman. So it's not about what they've done, it's about what I'm doing, and they're joining in and saying we can appreciate that.
Okay, the future of Fresno is at stake. We've got City Council District number 2, two people running to fill that seat, Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau. We're going to come back and ask them how they would solve some of the current problems, the issues on the table here in Fresno. 265-4331 is the number.
It's time to play the High Bob game. Simply watch the Howard, I wanted to hear what that lady said.
As I was saying, simply watch the Bob Newhart Show and count how many times people say, "Hi, Bob."
Well, why don't we start things off?
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
Sorry, try again.
Darn it.
Everybody loves the Hi, Bob game.
This is the greatest game I've ever seen.
Weeknights at 10:30, 9:30 Central on MeTV.
And here goes.
Some shows force you to laugh. But with Mary Tyler Moore, laughter comes easily. Mary Tyler Moore. More laughs and more.
The more the merrier.
It'll tickle your funny bone.
Would you like to borrow a feather?
Weeknights at 9, 8 Central on MeTV.
That's all, folks.
You tell me who I am.
They called you West.
Jim West.
Mr. West.
Well, my name is James West.
A truly great man.
Brilliant.
Secret Service agent.
What's next? Come on, I'm waiting.
Man of action. He's James West.
Where's Jim West?
On the Wild Wild West. Weekdays at 4, 3 Central on MeTV.
And welcome back. District 2 City Council up for grabs. That seat here, Pat Diccico, Steve Brandau. Now, go through the list of endorsements on your side. You've got Susan Anderson. You've got Sal Quintero, current Fresno City Council member that represents this area around Ventura TV.
Correct. But we have some similarities, both immigrants born and raised in the community and lived in the district all their life. I've lived in District 2 since 1968. Not all my life, but in that District 2 area since 1968.
Okay,
so I've seen all the changes.
What's your point? Steve has not?
Well, he just moved into it. He was asked by another councilman to move into the district. So how does he really know what that district needs if he was asked to move it into that district?
You want to respond to that?
Well, I wasn't asked to move into that district. I went down and talked with Lee Brand about, I was in his district. Lee Brand's one of the best city councilmen we've had in years, and I strongly support him. He's a budget guy all the way. He's pulled Fresno's butt out of the fire on multiple occasions, including things he's doing right now. So I went down and talked with him about running for city council, and he walked me through the procedures. I live in District 2. I'm very familiar with District 2. I'm very familiar with the problems that's facing District 2, from the river access issues to the impact at Veterans Boulevard, El Paseo development that's happening at 99 in Grantland and Herndon, where they all intersect. I'm very familiar with District 2.
Okay, you walk precincts the entire weekend. You've been walking for quite a number of weeks, days, for months now. So have you. What's the number one complaint that you're hearing? Number one worry on the campaign trail?
My number one complaint is there are two things actually. The first thing is that they've forgotten about the small businessmen. The city has forgotten about the small.
In what way have they forgotten?
The red tape, the additional fees that they were paying. There are no.
Okay.
They're charging more and more. The fees are going up. That's a reoccurring thing over and over and over again.
Okay, and what's the second thing?
Public safety. They want to make sure public safety is intact. They don't want to see public safety to go up. That's a big priority for them, both for the firefighters and the police.
What are you hearing on the campaign trail?
I would say the number one issue is public safety, and specifically the revolving door at the county jail. And as city councilmen, we only have only so much we can do on that. But John, when I'm knocking on doors in District 2, and District 2 out on the north end of town has seen the greatest increase of calls to Fresno PD of all 7 districts.
Break-ins,
robberies, mostly break-ins and robberies. I think our criminals are getting really smart. They know that jail is not keeping them. That if they get caught, we're not keeping them. So they're going out there and doing all these type of crimes, and they know that they're not going to get punished. And so we've seen a great increase in those property crimes, because we put property crimes on the back burner now. People know that if they go out there and commit them, if they get caught, they're in there for 2-3 days. And it's not working for the citizens of District 2. Almost every street that I knock on has experienced, every door that I knock on, they can point to somebody's house that got broke into recently, or somebody's car that got stolen. And so, to me, that's the biggest issue that I hear about.
You guys know George Hostetter of the Fresno Bee. He was on here recently talking about that news conference that took place on July the 2nd of this year, where Mayor Swearingen was out in front of the news media talking about the stand the line in the sand between the city and the police union. They're not going to budge. The union's not going to budge. What's the answer? Let's start with you, Pat. How do you solve that issue with the police? They have a contract through 2013. They say, no, we're not going to budge. We're not going to give in. Why should we give in? That was the answer. Jackie Parks was sitting right here just a few weeks ago saying, why should we give in? It's the city that created this financial mess.
Correct. That it started from Mr. Autry. You mentioned Mr. Autry. That's who it was, the mayor that awarded that contract to them. However, we need to try to make things work out here. The mayor is going to keep on, and the city is going to keep on asking for concessions.
Should the police make a concession?
They have been. They have been, not enough. That's what.
You think they should go? They should cross the line a little further.
For the benefit of the taxpayers, yes, just a little bit, not much, but public safety is still an issue.
George Hofstetter, who was here on July, or just shortly after that news conference that took place, he said that Mayor Swearingen is trying to create an atmosphere at City Hall where she's trying to break the unions. There's a new dawning, a new day at City Hall. No more long contracts, no more secure contracts with long-term benefits, health benefits, retirement, whatnot. Is that what's going on, and how would you solve the police union situation?
You know, I can't speak to everything that Mayor Swearingen's doing, but let me tell you about what I think about our police union. I think they're doing a great job. Our law enforcement's doing a great job.
Should they make concessions?
They should make concessions.
More than what they've done?
Absolutely. The private sector, Pat mentioned small business. If you talk to small businesses around this community, you're going to find out that a lot of small business, like my own, have given up about 25% of our profit in this down economy, and we need the bargaining units to come forward and give up a little bit more to make our city operate. Right now, if you looked at a pie chart, our police and fire take up about 82% of our city's general budget.
But if you talk to them, they say we deserve it. We protect the city.
And you know what? This is what I think. They deserve to be paid well. They deserve a good compensation program with some solid benefits because they're putting their lives on the line for us. So I agree with that. But right now, John, our city is at the point of fiscal bankruptcy. Okay, and so we've got to really look at everything. And if times were great, we might not have to look there. But in the times that we're facing today, we have to look under every stone and see where we can get some money.
The city's the one that offered the contract. Why should the police cave in? Why should they make concessions? The city offered the contract.
They are the police are making concessions. The city
question
wants
is,
more.
should they?
Yes, a little bit. Yes, they should. They need to.
Okay.
They need to.
Is the culture changing? Are the unions on the verge of being broken by Mayor Swearingen? Not now, but over a course of time?
They're not being broke, if I may answer. They're not being broken. They're changing just like the rest of us that had to change in the real world. In the free enterprise world, so they're having to make cutbacks. They're not broken, they're just cutting back. And they just want more accountability. The city is looking for more accountability on their part.
But changing the culture and the atmosphere at City Hall means no more of these long-term contracts. They're offering long-term benefits and retirement packages. That's the culture change at City Hall, according to George Hofstetter, as to what's going on.
Yeah, and I think that we just need to be, long-term contracts can get the state in trouble, has gotten the nation in trouble, and can get our community in trouble. So we need to look at contracts and that come up every couple of years where we have some flexibility and that we can make changes when changes need to be made. We're in the middle of a drastic recession. And we need to acknowledge that, and the police contract needs to acknowledge that as well.
Got to take a break, gentlemen. Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau are here running for City Council. Back with more. Hey, the phone line is open, 265-4331.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready, steam equipped, high efficiency Frigidaire affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place. Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the out with the old, in with the new HD TV place. The low price, get it delivered before the big game place.
Sharp 70-inch LED with built-in Wi-Fi and 1080p for a breathtaking 1080p HD experience is on sale at Ventura for only $24.99.
For the appliances you want at the prices you can afford place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
High hopes, he's got high apple pie in the sky. Hope nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
Wanting stainless steel appliances? We make stainless painless.
Right now, stainless is a steal at Ventura TV Video Appliance. Why not upgrade every appliance in the kitchen?
Got it? Like Frigidaire's ultra-quiet stainless steel dishwasher, now just $279. And Frigidaire's self-clean smooth top range with even bake technology is only $649.
Upgrade to stainless steel at Ventura TV Video Appliance today and save.
These guys is great.
Be glad to chime in. Hey, don't be bashful. 265-4331. The phone lines have been silent all day. That's not like you folks. You folks out there are calling us all the time now. We get 6-7 phone calls a show, and we've got a hot topic going on here. Fresno City Council race, District 2, Pat Diccico, Steve Brandau. All right, let's get to the privatizing of garbage. Should it go privatized or not? Who wants to answer first?
I'll answer.
Go ahead.
I'm for it as long as they put checks and balances for the taxpayers on fees going up or down.
I don't know how you do that. How do you do that?
You can do that. You can implement that on a contract similar to a lease. It would be a franchise, which is similar to a lease, and you can put those in there.
Here are the problems I'm hearing with that. Number one, you can't guarantee that, and the number one goal of business is to make money. It's the bottom line. And number two, if you get one company that is going to pick up your garbage, a private company, and those rates do go up, you can't go to company B. There's no competition. Steve?
Well, for starters, you can't, it is in the contract, and the contracts are already in. The contract specifically says that there's a reduction in the first year and that rate increases are capped. Okay, so every company that bid on this contract, it fully acknowledges that. If they break their contract, John, that means they're doing bad business with the city of Fresno, and they can be replaced. They don't want to be replaced. Those are multi-million-dollar contracts.
Right.
So they're going to strive to be the best they can be in the community. And for myself, as a private guy, as a guy that thinks that the private sector has the answers instead of government, I'm fine with the private sector taking that responsibility away from the city and collecting our garbage.
The private side, the opposition is saying the private side is fine, but there's no competition. And if there's no competition, the price can be driven up. You guys are in business for yourselves. You guys know that. You guys understand that better than most. I mean, if somebody's not happy at your pizza place at Diccico's, they go across the street to Me and Ed's.
Correct.
There's no competition when it comes to privatizing garbage. There'll be one company and one company only.
There's competition in gaining that contract. So as that contract goes out to bid, the companies that are capable are competing against each other for that contract. It happens all over the place. So in that way, there is competition. Secondly, they know these are multi-million-dollar contracts.
But once they get the contract, there's no competition.
Yeah, and if they do a bad job, John, they'll be replaced, and they know that. Right now, the city is doing the job. That's where there's no competition, when government does something.
So you're in favor of privatizing?
I'm in favor as long as we look at the model and make sure that it works for the citizens of the city of Fresno.
How about you?
I'm for it as long as you keep the checks and balances. It's very important. You do have competition there, John, because on the commercial side, you have other companies doing the same job. It's not just one company. You can limit that franchise term versus 10 years. You could do 5. Just my only concern is once we get rid of all that, those trucks and everything, we have to look ahead and be careful with that.
On the residential side, as far as garbage is concerned, there is about $16 million in that fund, the private garbage fund or the sanitation fund. the union is saying this is nothing more than a money grab by the city to try and bail them out.
You know, John, that's what unions always say. Unions always try fear tactics, make the citizens believe that the world's going to collapse.
They can't manage money. They're in the hole by $5 million this fiscal year.
And that's why if we privatize, it brings about $2.5 million annually into the city. Now, 10 minutes ago, we were talking about taking care of our community and our police officers and our fire and our essential services. If we bring about $2.5 million into our general fund annually, that means money out in the community, making sure street lights are fixed, sidewalks are fixed, the community's being taken care of as far as public safety, and all kinds of great things can happen.
Trust the city government to handle the $16 million if it's a money grab they take out of the sanitation fund?
Well, I'm trusting,
based on their track record?
Not on a previous track record, but right now they're being scrutinized left and right. I think everyone's doing their due diligence and their homework because they want to make sure this works for everybody.
Is it a money grab? Union says it's a money grab.
Not necessarily, and if I may answer, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Not necessarily, because some of these privatizations still offer union wages and are unions. They're not all non-union houses that offer this, so it can work both ways.
Take a quick phone call. Good morning, you're on Connect with Me. Hi, how are you? What's your question?
I just want to make a statement, buddy. If they privatize the garbage, it's going to go up because mine went up when they privatized the garbage. $18 a month extra.
Okay, is that it? Do you have a question or no?
No question. I just wanted to say I'm tired of all these people lying. That's all. The two guys you got there today are just they're lying.
Okay, all right. Thank you for your comment. Well, do you want to react to that?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
So he's probably referring to commercial solid waste, which was privatized last year. And
maybe he lives in the county. I don't know.
Maybe he lives in the county. But when they privatized commercial solid waste, those people saw some rate increases. It was not the fault of privatizing. It was the fault that the city in advance had not done its research work properly. When the private team came in, they started doing things that were previously unbilled for. So people saw spikes in the rates immediately. But the truth is, what I'm hearing myself on the street is the service now in the hands of the private guys is a little bit better. And also, a lot of the workers who were previously union city workers that got hired with the private guys are now happy to be in those jobs.
Right. A lot of the city workers now, I had a sanitation worker here on the show not long ago saying, I'm worried I'm going to lose my job and I won't get hired by the private company. Pat?
No, they're yes, that's a major thing going on.
You got 100 workers that could be out on the street.
And they're negotiating these deals where they do hire these people back. The problem is that they want accountability for these workers. If they do a good job, they're going to keep those workers. Why wouldn't they? Now, if they're doing a bad job, do you really want to keep that employee? You shouldn't be compensated for bad
Should
work.
this issue go to a public vote? Is it something the council should not be deciding, but the public should be deciding? Do we want to privatize garbage or not? Should it go to a public vote?
Well, that's going to incur another cost, and that's a very expensive fee to do that, to put that on there.
Go ahead, Steve.
I'm never afraid of the public voting on something. You know, that's where I come from. I believe that the power needs to come back to the people. So even for that caller who called in, and I hope he's still listening, I wouldn't be afraid of the public voting on any issue. But that's not, Pat and I are not insiders right now. That deal is already being made. We'll probably come in on the very last couple of weeks of that deal. But I would never be afraid of the public voting on something.
You guys are gentlemen and scholars, and doggone it, you're A1 in my book. Thanks for coming in, both of you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, good luck, Pat, on the
Thank you.
campaign trail here. Got another week to go. Steve, good to see you. Good luck on the campaign.
Thank you, John.
Good luck to both of you. Pat Diccico and Steve Brandau, two stand-up guys. Good luck to both of them in the campaign. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the race for the mayor's seat in Sanger. See you then.
Want more of me?
Me?
Go to MeTVFresno.com for schedules, information on your favorite shows, videos, pictures, and more. Go to MeTVFresno.com today. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.